Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. So today's video is all about PET tape, and I've got some more card ideas using this gorgeous tape from the Washi Tape shop. This is the pre-cut Lotus Saga PET tape. It is available as a washi tape as well if you prefer that. And then I've also got the gorgeous Skyline tape, which is called the Lotus Twiligh tape. Again, this is PET tape, but it is available as a washi tape if you prefer that. So these are just two gorgeous tapes and they create some really stunning cards. So these tapes are just a great way of creating some really quick and easy cards with minimal supplies. I am incorporating some dies in today's cards, but of course, if you don't have a die cutting machine or these kind of dies, don't worry, you can still create similar cards by manually cutting apertures, or you could use punches, whatever you've got on hand, even a craft knife. So I'm using some of the offcut pieces from the Gina Design circle windows plate. So these, when I've cut it from white cardstock, I'm left with these circles and I've kept them in the packaging. And so I'm just going to use these as a guide to stick my tape onto. So I really want to create two of the circles with the birds and one with the sun. And so I'm just going to stick the tape onto the circle and then I'm going to cut around it. So this is the great thing about PET tape. It's just sticker tape basically. It does have a shine on it and it's easy to peel off the backing tape. I love the fact that the Washi Tape shop have made it easier, especially with the detailed designs like the other tape that I showed you at the beginning. That's now all stickers, so you can just peel off the designs, whereas before you used to have to fussy cut them. So it was a little bit frustrating. So it is great that these are now just available as sticker tapes. So I'm going to work with the actual die panel. So that, again, this is the circle window plate that I've cut from black cardstock. And I'm just going to mark where those circles are going to be so that I can line up the circles that I've covered with the tape in the right place. So this is just going to be easier to do this. Now you could just stick the tape directly to the cardstock, but obviously I didn't want the tape to overlap the other circles and I didn't want it to kind of overhang out the side either. So another way that you could do this is apply the tape to a smaller piece of white cardstock, cut that down to size and then lay the black panel over the top of it. But I didn't really want to waste any cardstock here, so I just wanted to line it up nice and easily, and then I'm using some liquid glue to stick that panel over the top. And I really love how the contrast with the black really makes those colours pop on the tape. Now for a sentiment, I'm just going to use a sticker sentiment. This is from the sticker stack from Funky Fossil Designs. It is still available and it's currently on sale, so I'll leave a link to that in the description box below. And because I don't want to stick the sentiment directly onto the card, I am going to stick it onto a scrap of white card that I've got, and then I can cut it out and pop it up on some foam tape. So if you do have a sticker sentiment book, but you don't want to stick them directly to the project, then this is a great way of just turning them into sentiments that you can then put wherever you want. So I'm just trimming it down with my mini Tim Holtz trimmer, and then I'm going to pop some foam tape on the back. And I wasn't sure if I wanted it in the centre or whether I wanted it at the bottom, so I did play around with it a little bit, but I do decide to pop it in the centre. I just felt that that looked best with the design. I've added a few flat back pearls with some Belly Arts liquid glue and a wax pencil, and then that's the first card finished. So I really hope that you like this finished card. I think it looks really pretty and really effective. So for the second card, I've got the Perfect Touch Arches and Tag dies from Spellbinders. And again, this is a leftover piece from another project. It was just the aperture that was left. So when I die cut the arch out of it, I did make sure that it was nice and centered because I thought at some point I could use this panel. So again, I've just used a pencil just to mark around where the aperture is going to be, just so that I can make sure that the way my tape is going to be nice and centered with the arch. So I'm just using the background tape here and I'm just sticking it across the whole of the card blank. This is a US A2 sized card blank. And by the way, if you live in the UK and you struggle to get hold of US sized cardstock, Pink Frog Crafts sell smooth white cardstock in US letter size, and it is really good quality cardstock. It's all I use now for my card making and I really like it. They also have some really good watercolour cardstock as well, so worth checking those out if you are in the UK and want US sized card. So I'm using the other sticker tape now just to create a scene, and again I want this to line up with the aperture, so I decided I needed to stick that Lotus over the top, so I've just peeled it back. and then the aperture lines up nicely and creates that beautiful scene. And for a sentiment, I'm going to use the Written Words 2 stamp set from Christina Warner, Concord and Ninth Line. And there's a really nice sentiment that just says, sending sunshine, and I thought that fitted really nicely underneath the scene that we've created. So I'm just going to stamp that with some black VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink. It's my go-to ink for stamping sentiments and anything detailed, really. It always gives such a crisp impression. And then around the aperture, I'm just going to add some thin foam tape, and then that's just going to pop it up over the scene. And I think it just finishes off the card really nicely. So it just adds a little bit of something extra, a little bit of dimension. But of course, you could just stick it on nice and flat if you prefer. So once I've stuck that down, again, I've added liquid glue just so I've got a bit of wiggle room, make sure it's nice and lined up. And then that's the second card finished for today's video. So for the third card, I'm going to use this die from Paper Roach Studios. This is from the Lots and Lots of Squares die set, and it's got that lovely textured border to it. So it will cut a frame, but it will also cut a square out of the centre. So I don't want to die cut this. I'm going to use it to emboss with. So I'm going to use the embossing setup for my big shot. So that's the base plate, one cutting plate. I'm going to tape the die in place. Frustratingly, I will have to tape it because otherwise it will shift, but the tape will then show. So I am just going to stick it along the outside and then trim it down afterwards. I'm going to pop that down, place my rubber mat over it, and then the other pad, the impressions pad, and run that through. And then what that will do is, instead of cutting the die, it's going to emboss it. So you're going to have that lovely embossed frame on the cardstock. This square, by the way, of white card was just over 4 inches squared. But you can see we've got that lovely embossed frame. So again, dig out the dies that you've got in your stash and give that a go if you've not tried embossing with your dies before. It's a great way of getting another use from them. So I trimmed off the edges that were left over, and then I'm going to use one of the stickers in the centre of that square because it fits perfectly. In fact, most of those designs would have fitted, but I've decided to use this gorgeous swinging chair. I'm going to add a few of the little butterfly stickers around the outside as well, just to finish off the scene. And I am going to create a 6x6 card for this. So this is going to be quite small in the centre of the card. To make it stand out, I'm going to add a matte layer. This is some Plum Punch Gina Designs cardstock that I've got in my stash. I've used the next layer up from the Lots and Lots of Squares nesting dies from Pink Rose Studios. And the frame that one creates is this gorgeous kind of cross stitch or faux stitching effect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue that frame directly to the card panel, just using some liquid glue, making sure that the square is nice and straight. You want to make sure that it's not sticking down wonky. Then I'm going to glue that white panel to the Plum Punch square. So that's just going to leave a really thin border around the outside of that. And then I'm going to add some foam pads to the back of that. So that's just going to be popped up from the frame that we've glued down to the card, and it actually gives a really nice finish. I think it looks really, really pretty. It's a nice way of using the frame without it getting lost, and it really kind of makes the design stand out on the front as well. I'm just going to again use one of the sticker sentiments. So this one says happy anniversary. I've just stuck that directly to the card panel, and I just think that looks really, really pretty. So easy to recreate as well. For the next card, I'm going to create a scene again, and I've cut some of the tape off, but I want to make sure that that sun is nice and centered. I am going to be die cutting out of this panel, so I just wanted to make sure that I'd got sufficient clouds, the sun in the center, and some birds as well. I'm then going to add this gorgeous bridge sticker to the center, and because the Petite tape is clear, then the sunset shows through that bridge, and it's so pretty. I'm going to die cut a heart shape from it. So again, I'm making sure that that sun was nice and centered. Where the die hasn't cut, because my cutting plates are old and I didn't have enough pressure in my machine, I've just used a craft knife to go around the edges. But if I'd added an extra shim, it would have cut fine. I'm going to stick that nice and centered on an A2 top folding card. And again, I'm just going to stick a sticker sentiment directly onto the card blank. These stickers are just great for quick and easy card making, or maybe you just don't want a lot of fuss when you're making cards. And this is just a great way of creating those quick and easy cards. I'm going to add a few clear iridescent gems to finish, and then that's the card finished. So I really hope that you like this one as well. For the fifth and final card, I'm going to create a decorative frame. So I'm using the background tape again with that gorgeous skyline on. And once I've filled that panel, I'm going to use one of the dies from Waffle Flower just to create a frame. So these are the Nesta and Pearson rectangle dies, but you really don't need a decorative die for this because we're not going to be using that piece. So you could just use any rectangle die that you've got in your stash, but I know that these work perfectly with A2 sizing. So then once I've got my frame, I want to create a scene within that frame. So I'm going to use some of the waterfall stickers to kind of create that lovely backdrop. I'm just making sure that nothing's going to overhang outside of the frame. But again, you could take a craft knife and trim these off afterwards if you do find that anything is overlapping. I'm then just going to build up the scene with a few of the water lilies and then some of the gorgeous hanging flowers. And then that's just going to create a really nice full scene on our card. So next I want to add a sentiment, and again I was thinking about using one of the stickers from the sticker stack, but I do decide to go with a stamp set from Gina K Designs. This is just a really small stamp set. I think it had been an incentive at some point, and it's called Petite Geranium. And then I'm going to add the frame with some liquid glue just to keep this card nice and flat. And then that is the card finished. So that's our 5 cards for today. I really hope that it's given you some inspiration of ways that you can use this gorgeous PET tape in your card making. Maybe you've got other scene building designs. Maybe you could incorporate some of these ideas into that. And remember, even if you don't have a die cutting machine, you could create some of these shapes quite easily using a craft knife or a paper punch. So thank you so much for joining me. As always, all the products will be linked in the description box below. I do have an exclusive code for my viewers for the Washi Tape shop, so that will be in the description below too. As always, thank you so much for joining me. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button if you've enjoyed this tutorial, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more from me. Don't forget you can also hype the video as well, which really helps small content creators out. So if you did enjoy the video so much that you'd like to hype it, then I'd really appreciate that, and I'll look forward to seeing you in another video very soon. Take care.